hope you're doing well. And Victoria, I just want to repeat something that I think I've said before, but I've maybe said in a different way. And this is that a narcissistic person is often going to get in your way, but they're going to make it look like they're trying to help you. So, for example, if you have a business idea, they're going to pretend to brainstorm with you, and all they're going to do is to nitpick and show you why it will never work. And this is especially true if this business idea is something that you think might work. So they're going to try and stop you from achieving great things that you could have achieved. And they do this so that they can keep you trimmed down to size. And it could be a narcissistic spouse, a narcissistic boss, a narcissistic parent. It could be any kind of narcissist that you allow in your life. I'm talking about this based on the experience that I've had with different flavors of narcissists. And one thing that I always realize is that when you do your own research about what you're trying to do and you just try to place your ideas in a neutral place, they don't seem like they are that terrible. But the reason why a narcissist doesn't want you to pursue them is because they can see that they have potential to succeed, like to work out. And they don't want them to work out because it means that you will improve yourself, you're going to get better, and you'll probably slip out of their grasp or out of their control, whatever it is that they want to keep you under, which is often just something negative. So if you're trying to get a business or some other undertaking done, run it by a few people, do your own research, like thoroughly, just do it. Don't rely on one person's opinions and advice because they are someone who's really close to you. In fact, you could just post this question online if you have a following, and you can get some kind of direction, ideas from different people. But honestly, don't rely on that. I say this because there are so many things that I wanted to try out that the narcissists in my life, I have one life, they just kept putting me down for them and telling me, hey, but what if this goes wrong? But what if this goes wrong? And for one of them, I listened to them to some extent, and then I decided, wow, what's this? Let me just go ahead with the project, and it's not going to cost me a lot of time and money anyway. If it fails, it fails, and well, it didn't fail. It didn't succeed extremely, like glowingly, but it didn't fail. I learned some things from it. I learned how to improve, and honestly, it's been a business idea that's been working for me for a minute now. And way back then, because I was still in contact with this particular narcissist, I asked them, so why were you stopping me from doing this? You only told me the negatives about this idea, but now I see that it could have been something greater, it could have been better. So honestly, were you not aware of this, or did you have ulterior motives? And at that point, he just went off. I suppose it's because he was mad that I hadn't listened to him and had succeeded, which is what he didn't want. So he switched to Davo. I think I've posted about that already. He denied having done that, having put me down from this idea. He started attacking me, saying that, well, if I didn't intend to listen to his advice, why did I even ask for it in the first place? Why do I just keep wasting his time? And then he reversed the roles and started playing the victim. He said that the reason that our relationship is starting to have issues is because I'm too headstrong. I don't want to listen to what he says. And I act like I'm a nice person, but underneath I'm actually a very terrible person. And this caught me off guard because I didn't understand where all of this was coming from. Like things got heated. And way back then I didn't know anything about narcissism. I didn't know about this technique that they use. And what's this? So he stopped being the offender, and I wasn't even asking him about this thing to attack him. I was asking him, why will you stop me so vehemently? Because he did put a lot of effort into making me abandon this idea at the start. I just wanted to know, did you really believe in your heart of hearts that it didn't work? Because at this point there had been a pattern of similar occurrences. And it will be anything from something as silly as an outfit. Like I will dress up, I will look in the mirror and think I looked okay. I will ask him, hey, does this look good? And he will be like, I don't think so. I will try something else and something else until I found something that he said was nice and that would work. And well, there are clothes in my closet, so there's no way I'm going to just say that I can never wear this item. Like if I was to never wear it, I would have given it or thrown it away. So anyway, I would end up wearing this outfit, and then I would go out in public, and I would interact with friends, strangers even, and I will just get random comments saying, wow, what is this you're in today? This isn't what you're used to wearing, and it doesn't look all that nice. Maybe some of them will imply you left in a rush, you didn't have time to look in the mirror. And then at the end of the day, I will go back home and ask him, wow, I've gotten all these comments. And obviously he will use double once again. He will deny having stopped me from wearing what I had intended to wear and say, well, they're your clothes anyway, why do you have to ask me what to wear? And I will ask him, if you didn't want to have an opinion, I didn't force you to have one. You could have just told me, no, go pick what you want, but I asked you and you settled for this, and this is the feedback that I got, so what's happening? Then he would fall back on, oh, my taste isn't the same as everyone else's. Wow, you're not supposed to be dressing like that in any case, because what kind of attention are you looking for? And honestly, the way I dress in my videos is the way I dress in real life. I don't think it's so overtly exposing or indecent or anything like that. And in fact, I didn't have these tattoos at the time, so when I wear something like this, it will just be decent for a larger section of society's standards. So anyway, it was minor things, then major things, and when I started learning about how narcissistic people work, it all fell into place. I started realizing that he was actually setting me up to fail, setting me up to look bad, setting me up to sound bad, setting me up to just not be the best kind of person that I could be. And at some point I started asking him, wow, it's almost as though you want me to fail and look miserable and look terrible so that you can keep me in your control. But doing that just makes me sad and unhappy, and I don't think I want to stay with you for a long time if I'll keep being sad and unhappy, because I'll start associating these negative emotions with you. And he said, well, wow, no, I'm not responsible for your feelings. It's just a back and forth that you will expect if you know anything about narcissists. So at the end of the day, I'm so happy I'm not in that situation anymore. And the summary of this video is that if you feel like someone who's near and dear to you is giving you advice that looks good from the surface, but it's actually, when you dig deeper, it seems like it might have an ulterior motive, then don't just discard them or start a fight out of the blue. Just dig deeper. Like, you have freedom of accessing the internet where you are, I hope, and you can ask many other people. Like, make it a habit to not limit yourself to the confines of what this special person in your life, to their opinions, to their ideas, to their advice. Just as long as it's something that you would have asked the public anyway, if you weren't in this kind of relationship with this person, then yeah, ask them. Find out what a good number of people think, because anyway, that's how good research is done. You have to have a big you have to have like what's it called, a big group from which you're drawing your conclusions, and from this group you will be able to know the line of best fit, because most people will think this, a certain number will think this, a certain number will think this. Just use your common sense. Don't quit your job because a single person told you that it's not going to work out for you in the long term, and you personally don't have such a major issue with it to start with. So yeah, stay informed, because narcissists aren't always as, actually they are never this dark and just all these evil things right from the start and on the surface. This evil, they hide it inside them, so it goes without saying they're going to sugarcoat their words. They're going to make any advice that they offer you sound like it's coming from a good place of good intentions, but it really isn't. So just know the person that you're with well. If they're feeling, if they hurt your soul and they hurt your heart, and you are starting to have doubts in your mind, like there's some darkness or some fog associated with being with them, just take a step back and just analyze the whole situation and think to yourself, what will I do if this person wasn't in my life? Remember that some of the times this person may actually have good intentions. Some other times they might actually just be very terribly informed. And so remember that a narcissist don't always sound like they're attacking you or come off angry. They might come from a place of very good sounding intentions, and you will be forgiven for believing it. I guess I say that because I want to be forgiven for believing it for so many years of my life, but now that I know better, I still find myself sometimes almost falling for a similar trap, because something about me just draws narcissists like moths to some garbage flame. Anyway, stay safe, stay informed, and stay wise, stay intelligent. That's what I'm trying to say. Goodbye.